We're back. We're just after driving the first 30k or so. We went up over Kumakishta. We didn't record any video because we couldn't see past the front of the car. To the purists, I'm sorry I didn't cycle, but we're a bit caught for time. So yeah, there was very, very heavy fog at the top of Kumakishta, so we couldn't make use of the views or anything. So we've come through the other little villages. It's a straight road all the way to here, no turn-offs, and we're now coming into Sneem, beautiful village in South Kerry, the most successful town in terms of tidy towns winners in Ireland, the home of John Egan, the Kerry footballer, and of course the Casey brothers, who were once known as the strongest family in the world. So as you cycle in here, you go straight past, this is what they call the first square here in Sneem. On your left, you go straight past here, you're past Mickey Joe Burns' shop there, and here on your left there are the public toilets. If you need to stop, there's the toilets. You come out of there and you come back up. There's a bit of a traffic jam here at the moment. As you know, the roads are open. There is nothing we can do about the traffic. So you will come down here, you will go over this bridge. We will have a steward at the other side of the bridge anyway to point you in the right direction. And you will come up over the bridge here and you will go left. So John Egan is sitting on the bench there in front of you, the great Kerry footballer, father of the great Kerry soccer player, John Egan Jr. You come up here and then you go left again. So you're basically heading in the direction of Moll's Gap and back towards Killarney. So I am sending pace notes, as we would call them, for the cycle. It's got every junction and every turn and every landmark attached. That will come with your race briefing. So if you look in your email there, you'll find that attached as well. You'll go past this sign, Moll's Gap 23 kilometre and Killarney 45 kilometres. So I'm going to pause here for a minute. I'll talk to you again soon. Right guys, we're just nearly 10 kilometres now from Sneem, so you've come along a kind of a rolling road, nice road, and you just drive along here, and just as you come up you'll see the turn off here. Now we'll have signs here and we'll have a marshal here, so you can't miss it, but you were coming up here and you were taking the sign to the left for Glencar and Balochbema. You can see those signs there. So you veer left and this takes you in to the fun part of the cycle. So we'll be back with you there in a couple of minutes, and yeah, so this is where you go left. Right guys, we're about 3 kilometres in there from where we had that only right turn of the course. To get to this point you've done quite a bit of climbing up a few drags, and in true Kerry style you had to climb to get to the bottom of the climb. So there's a little bit of a drop here. Bear with me, for the next couple of minutes, because I'm going to drive right to the top and show you where you're going. So there's a little bit of a drag down there. After you've gone up the drag, you come down the drag, and then if you see up ahead of you, that's the road up there straight ahead to the top of Balochbema. This is definitely, as you know, this cycle route has 3 climbs: Kumakishta, which it's more of a long drag with a bit of a climb, and then you have this one, Balochbema, followed by Balochasheen. This is definitely the shorter and the sharper of the two Balochs, as they call them. So we're going up like this, and beware of overhanging rocks and blah blah blah. There are sheep on the route, but the speed you'll be coming up here, I don't think sheep are going to make a whole difference. So we keep on going. As you can see, they've put signs in some stage this year with the gradients. So what have we got there for the next 0.5 kilometres? We're at 9.8%. That takes you up to the top. So you will be feeling it by the time you get here. So bear with me, we'll keep going. We have met one car coming towards us so far. We've now met 2. Sure, we'll get by. So on Saturday morning, there's very, very little traffic. This tends to be a very quiet road. We have a motorbike out front, we have a lead car out front, and as I said, we have loads of signage warning oncoming traffic. So we keep climbing here. coming up towards the top, you can see the sign there on the left. So, excuse me. So when you get up here, this is the top of the climb. You'll see that sign there to your left, Glencar, the Highlands of Kerry. And in here, there will be a table with water bottles. Everyone gets a water bottle, be full of water. They're the new Hardman and Project.ie logoed water bottles. It's yours to keep and take home. There will also be a 1 ton bag there, so anything you want to dispose of there. Just throw it into the bag. Now, I will warn you that bag will not be going back to Waterville. We do not have enough people and could not have enough people to sort out that bag with these new COVID-19 guidelines. It will be taken back to my house, and on Monday it will be going to the skip. So don't throw any water bottle. Don't come back to me and say, I got that water bottle for the race that I met the love of my life at, and that bottle was a souvenir. Anything you throw in there is going in the rubbish, no exceptions. So I will put this in writing as well, but these are the things we have to do. So you go over the top, and then you'll see down ahead of you, there's a very steep, very fast descent. Now, the roads are dry mostly this morning, and it's still quite a dangerous descent. If there's rain, the roads are wet, it'll be quite treacherous. Now, I would say to you, those of you who are not overly confident on the descent, take your time. It's 800 meters. You will only save yourself a few seconds. We will have signs warning any oncoming traffic. We will have marshals further down to warn any oncoming traffic, but they will know with the lead car and the motorbike, etc., that you're coming. But you've got to be very careful. As you can see, it's fast, it's windy. We cannot put a marshal on every bend. We trust that you're going to take a bit of responsibility. So we'll come down here. Can't beat the good old Land Rover for roads like this. Having said that, now give it about 3 minutes and the friggin' thing will seize up or something. So we come down here, and then you come down around this final bend here, and it starts to level out a little bit. So just at a bit of a drag for a little bit more, and then you back on flat road for the next 10 kilometers or so. So we'll come back to you when we come to the next junction and explain how you get through there. Thank you. Okay guys, we're about 4 or 5k there past the bottom of the descent after Bealach Béma. So we're coming up here now to this junction. When you come up here, you're going straight on. You're going straight on to, now take no notice of that T-junction sign because it doesn't really mean much. You see what I mean here. If you were to go right there, you'd head back to Glencar and Cloglan, but we're going straight on, straight ahead where that black Audi is there. We'll go that way. Now, 2 years ago, we had a guy come down here, so an Englishman who was over for the weekend, and his name was Alan, unfortunately, but he came here, and we had a steward here, which we will have on Saturday. We had a signpost, a sign pointing straight on, and there was a big sign at the time that said Waterville straight ahead, and he decided that Waterville was to the right. So don't be like Alan, because it was 6:30 in the evening before he got back to Waterville, and we were all gone home. He got completely, and he came back and he still argued that we were wrong, that he knew the route. So, I don't know. So, look, you come straight on here over this little bridge, so be careful. And then you'll turn to your left here, and you will continue for a couple of kilometers, and we'll come back to you then. And remember, from here on, like everything before, since we came off the main road, is very windy and twisty and narrow roads, so be very, very careful. As I said, we have met 3 cars now on the whole route, and we'll probably only meet 2 or 3 more, and that's a busy day down here. So, and you will also notice the good quality of right, there's another car, of the road surfaces here. For this, we thank the Healy Rays. We don't agree with them much, but they did a good job down here. So it's all this kind of twisty roads. You're in a rural area, so be very careful. Back to you in a minute. Alright guys, we've gone a couple of more kilometers up here along those windy roads, and I just wanted to give you the view here as we turn this bend here, and there ahead of you is, you can see it straight ahead, winding up there into the mountains. You can't see the top because the fog, but that is the road to Bealach. It's from here to the top is about 5 kilometers. As I said, it's not as sharp as Bealach Béma, but it's a lot longer, and I will come back to you when we're kind of starting the steepest part and the descent. Okay guys, we're halfway up the climb. We've just done a kilometre at 8.8%, and you will see there the next half kilometre is at 10.6%. So We'll just keep on going. Bear with me for the next couple of minutes. We're coming towards the top of the climb here. As you can see, it gets quite steep, and your legs could probably be fairly tired by now. It's quite a heavy mist. So we're up here, and here you come to the top of Balakasheen Pass. And when you go over the top of this, it's the exact same. Now, we won't have a water stop here. You don't need 2 water bottles for the thing. We come down here. Now, on a clear day, that is absolutely beautiful. You can see out past Flench Island and Skelly. You can see everything from here. Obviously, today is not so clear. And this gets fairly steep. So if you stick with me for another minute, we'll come down most of this. So as I said on the last one, if you're not overly confident or competent on the descents, hands on the brakes, lads, take your time. It's not going to save you a whole lot of time at the end of the day, and we prefer to get you all home safe. Again, we will have a load of signs warning cars coming up about the oncoming cyclists, and we will have the lead cars. We'll have a steward or 2 further down the hill. Coming along here, no dumping area, so if you